welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina, and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. As you see by the title, I have 6 Christmas present decor DIYs. These were super fun to make and they were really affordable. So if you are looking for a cheap and easy way to pop some Christmas magic throughout your home decor, just keep on watching and let's art today. If you haven't been to your local Dollar Tree, I suggest running over there today and grab one of these chair covers. I've been purchasing these chair covers from Dollar Tree for a couple years now, and this is such a great deal. I know it went up 25 cents, but I still think it's pretty reasonable, and there's so many DIYs you can do with just using this chair cover. However, today I want to turn it into a Santa sack, so that is what I'm going to do. After I removed it from the package, I flipped it inside out because I wanted to find a way to cut off the tip of the hat and make it into more of a sack. I then took a sharp pair of scissors and cut off the top of the hat, turned it over so that I can hot glue the edges that I just cut off. Now you can use a sewing machine to make it last a little bit longer and that you can wash it in the washing machine, but for video purposes I use my hot glue gun. I then turned it right side in and fluffed it out so that we can decorate it a little bit more. I wanted my Santa bag to say Merry Christmas, so I found this Christmas card in my stash, and I'm just cutting off the front of the card to use and place it onto my bag. Now, there are so many ways that you can decorate this. If you have a Cricut machine, you can use that, of course, or if you have just sticker letters from Dollar Tree, that can work as well. As you see here, I just hot glued that card right into the center of my Christmas bag. Next, it is time for the present part of this DIY. I have collected many boxes around my house and I am just going to wrap them like you do a present, but I am just using white wrapping paper from Dollar Tree. Now, Dollar Tree is filled with wrapping paper right now. They have so many different designs and prints right now that are gorgeous, but I wanted to keep this pretty simple and close to my living room decor, which is a lot of whites and reds this year. So that's why I'm just using white, and I will add more reds to this box in a few. After that was taped down, I have this clear wrapping paper. I believe that I purchased from Walmart a couple years ago that I still have on hand, that I'm placing it right on top of the wrapped gift, and then I will tape that down like you do a Christmas present also. Here's how my present looked after it was completely wrapped, and I just think it is really pretty. Now I will continue wrapping all of the boxes that I have collected around my house, but I didn't also collect boxes. I do collect some stuffed animals and paper towel rolls so that it has a different effect when it is coming out of the Santa bag, which you will see here shortly. Another key thing is to wrap your presents a little differently each time so that they have a different personality, but they look cohesive with each other. Also, there are many types of ways you can attach your presents to the location that you're going for, but for me, I am just using some regular packing tape, twisting it onto itself and then placing it on the back of the present so that it will come off of my wall pretty easily. Now I am having my Christmas bag overflowing coming down the back wall above my back door, so here I am placing it onto the wall, and I will continue placing the rest of the presents. Here's how all of the presents look after I place them onto the wall. Like I said, I used different types of boxes, and I added some stuffed animals and a paper towel roll just to give it a different effect, but I love that it looks like all of the presents are falling out of Santa's sack. Now, one of those presents on my wall was not a box, but I made it using this square MDF board and some scrapbooking paper. I cut down the scrapbooking paper to fit the MDF board and attached it using a glue stick. Next, I'm just going to decorate it like you would a present by using some ribbon. I have this red clear ribbon that I placed down first and I attached it using my hot glue gun. Then I added this white ribbon on top of the red one just to give it some more character. Next, I'm adding some greenery to the center and a bow, and then I will dry brush the outer edges of the present using a brown Java chalk paint and a chip brush. Here's how the present turned out, and like you saw, I did attach it to my wall using a ribbon on the back of it. Now, I loved it so much I had to make a few more. I made this snowman one still using some ribbon and some greenery in the center. These are so much fun to make and budget friendly, and they will add such a magical touch to your home decor because they look like presents and you can place them pretty much anywhere. One thing that I do every year and that I absolutely love is to decorate each one of my doors inside of my home like a Christmas present. And I love using Dollar Tree's party plastic table covers to do so, but I like to use the rectangular ones. Now, this is the door to my children's room this year, and they absolutely love it when I decorate their door as a Christmas present because they say they're the gift inside, and that is absolutely true. All I did was unravel the plastic covering and added it to my door using some packing tape to hold it in place. I bunched up the middle with a burlap string so it looks like a present, and then I added another ribbon on top just to give it a little pizzazz. Next, I'm adding this giant snowflake that I purchased from the 99-cent store, and I'm just using hot glue to attach it to the center, and this little bow that I purchased from Dollar Tree right in the center as well. Here's how the door turned out. Now, another way I like to use that plastic table covering is to wrap the whole door into the plastic covering and then adding the bows on top so that it looks like a different present as well. But I really love how I did it this year. It really looks unique, and I can't wait to do it to the rest of the doors. Another thing I love to do every year is to take some of my artwork down and wrap them like a Christmas gift. Now, you may have seen this in a recent video, but I wanted to include it in today's video as well because it is something I just really love doing, and it really does bring a pop of magic to your Christmas decor. Now, I have these 3 canvases that I normally wrap individually, but this year I wanted to make a huge present, so I attach each one of the canvases together using some really strong duct tape. I will attach them at each one of those increases as you see here, and then I will flip it over so that I can now wrap it like a Christmas present. I have this long wrapping paper and it has a bunch of Santa Clauses all around it. Now remember, you can purchase your wrapping paper at Dollar Tree. They have so many different designs and prints out this year that are really pretty, but I'm just using what I have on hand. Now I am wrapping it like a Christmas gift like you normally do, but this time I'm just using packing tape to hold it down. To decorate my present, I am using Dollar Tree's wired edge ribbon. They have this new velvety red color this year. I absolutely love it, and it reminds me of my childhood growing up. We had a bunch of bows in this texture, and it just reminds me of that. I am using a crisscross method once again to decorate my present, and I did use some hot glue to hot glue the outer edges to hold it into place. Next, Dollar Tree does carry these decorative bows in these new colors. I do use the silver one for this present, and I just use some hot glue to hot glue it into the center. After that was attached, I did want to give my present a little tag. Dollar Tree carries these new tags that are super cute. All I did was hot glue that onto the present as well, and here's how it turned out. Like I mentioned, I love doing this every year to my artwork onto my walls and even some photos, just to bring some Christmas spirit onto the walls. Another way to make a Christmas present decor, and has been really popular this year, is to use Dollar Tree's square wreath forms. They are really sturdy, and I suggest picking up 5 of them to make a really sturdy box. The next thing I used was this decorative mesh that I purchased from Walmart a couple years ago that I still have on hand. To make the actual Christmas present, you want to connect 4 of the wreath forms side by side one another, and to attach them you can use some zip ties or some string. I did not have zip ties on this day, so I'm just using some burlap string, tying a really tight knot as much as possible on the top, the middle, and the bottom edges of each wreath form. After you got all 4 of them connected, you should have a box like this, but you need the 5th one to keep everything in place, otherwise your box would collapse on itself. So you attach the 5th one on the top, and once again you can use zip ties to hold it in place. I did not have any, so I just tied it onto the other wreath forms. Now that I have my present all framed out, it is now time to wrap it. Like I mentioned earlier, I am using this white mesh material that I purchased from Walmart a couple years ago that I still had on hand. I'm attaching it to the frame using some twist ties that you can find at Dollar Tree's crafting section, or you can use some zip ties as well. I did not have zip ties like I mentioned before, so I'm just using that. I do wrap my gift twice in this mesh ribbon material so that it can hide some of that frame work, and after I had it wrapped, I do cut off the excess. Now to make it into a present, once again, I'm using some ribbon, this time purchased from Michaels. I got this on sale for about 40% off, and I just love how thick it is and it covers my present really nicely. I do add some hot glue to the bottom of the ribbon so that I can attach it to the frame itself. And lastly, I'm just using a Dollar Tree bow to top it off. I really enjoyed making this Christmas gift, and also I love how you can also use it on the inside and on the outside of your home. A lot of you have suggested to put lights in it, and that would be such an amazing addition to this DIY. I always loved this DIY and I had to bring it back. So I have another one of those wired square wreath forms from Dollar Tree, and I have 3 of them, and I'm going to wrap each one like a present. I have this burlap roll from Walmart a couple years ago. It was on sale and I grabbed it. I really loved the red snowflakes that was on it. Now I wrap it like a gift and hot glue it down into place. I do cut off some of the excess on the back and hot glue down the rest. Next, to add the ribbon, I have this white ribbon that I found, I believe, at a thrift store, and I'm just hot gluing that down into place. I do use a crisscross method once again, but this time it is off center just to add a little bit more character. Next, I have this headband that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I'm removing the little hat off of it, and I will hot glue that down right into the little crisscross area on a diagonal. Here's how it looks after it was hot glued down. Now you can make these presents individually and have these all over your house, but I actually want to make one giant wreath using all 3 presents. So for my next present, I am using Dollar Tree's wired ribbon once again in this nice sheer red color, and I am attaching it to the wreath form using just hot glue. Now 6 of these ribbons fit on the outer edges perfectly going down, so that is what I'm doing. I'm attaching 6 of them to one side, and then I will attach 6 of them to the adjacent side right next to this side. If that makes any sense, you will see here shortly. Now that everything is glued down, I want to create my pattern, which is this weaving pattern. It is pretty much a method that involves interlacing 2 sets of fabrics or ribbons together, as you see here. So I place 3 of them up and then 3 of them down, and then the one that is on top I will hot glue into place, and I will continue this until the whole thing is pretty much filled and glued down. For this present, I do want to add this little snowflake onto for its decor. I also wanted to add some of this tube mesh ribbon that I purchased from Dollar Tree. I tie it into a loop so it looks like little bows in the background, and then hot glue everything into place. I do add 3 little berries in the center at the very end, so it ties everything together, and that completes this present. I absolutely love how this one turned out. This one is my favorite gift out of all 3 that I make on this wreath. But to conclude this wreath, I used the same burlap ribbon that I used for the first present, cut it down to size, and then glued it into place. I do add some of the red ribbon that I used for the second present to make a crisscross X on the top to make my present look more like a present that is wrapped. And then I add some of this candy cane ribbon right on top of that. I love layering ribbons together on top of presents. It really makes it pop even further. For this decor piece, I wanted to add this Dollar Tree bow, but I didn't like how the tails were on the present itself, so I cut them off and I attached them separately. I do add 2 of these ornaments in the center as well so that they can dangle down, and hot glue the tails right back onto the gift. Once again, here is how this present turned out. I absolutely love it. However, I did attach each one of the wreath forms onto one another. So I have this stacking present wreath that I absolutely love. This is one of my favorites, and I still have it to this day. Again, here is a quick overview of everything that I have created in today's video. I really had a blast making these. Like I said before, they were really affordable, easy to do, and they just bring a pop of Christmas magic to your home decor. I would love to know which one was your favorite out of all of the DIYs that I have created today. Leave me a comment below to which one was yours, and while you are down there, don't forget to leave me a little Christmas emoji in there so I know that you have made it this far in the video. If you are new here, I hope you stick around by hitting that big red subscribe button down below. After you do that, don't forget to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload a new video, and I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that big thumbs up button down below. It really does help out my channel, and it lets me know you love Christmas DIYs as much as I do. I would also love to connect with you on my other socials. All the links are linked down in the description box below. I do have an Instagram and a Facebook page. I would love for you to stop by there and say hello as well. And friends, if you would like to help out support this channel even a little further, please go check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. The link is also in the description box below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I do, and I will see you in the next one.